So making stress sexy. I will dive back into this, and I love where this conversation is going because again, all of it is so relatable. But it's making stress sexy. That's such a bold claim. And what does that actually mean? And you know, how are we integrating this into the context of our relationships and our personal growth?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that question. And to your point, right? Marriage is hard and life happens,
Mhm.
right? So we have all these different challenges, family, in-laws, fertility challenges. I know you and I both shared quite a tender
Yeah.
journey around that. Stressful jobs. One person loses a job, one person needs to transition in their career, and that can throw off a whole dynamic. There's so many kids, goodness knows. There's
Oh
so
yeah.
many.
Early parenting is a whole nother curveball.
It's a whole other curveball, and it can bring a lot of stress. It can, again, put us back in that like do, 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 do. We have to do this together. We have to be managers of this household. We have to be managers of our lives together and fall out of that sexy, playful, free, flowing love that we were in the beginning. And so we have to learn how to work with these stressors, not to close us down and separate us from one another, but how to actually allow them to open us. And so I'll just give an example
Yes.
because I think it's much more tangible and helpful for people. I remember when I used to get frustrated about something going on in my business, what I would often do is come home and bitch to my partner about that, and just complain. I can't believe it's happening this way. Why didn't it go my way? Blah, 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 blah. And there's nothing sexy about that, turns out. It's not a peace invitation to just be complaining about my day. And so I had to learn a practice within myself to really get to the tenderness underneath that frustration. And that tenderness sometimes took the form of deep longing. Like I just long to be able to serve people in this way. And the fact that it's not going this way, I can feel my physical heart breaking. I can feel my body shaking because I can't align with this thing I care so deeply about. And when I could bring that tenderness, that yearning, that longing, rather than the bitching and the complaining, that is something that enabled my partner to really feel my heart, my aliveness inside of stress. It was coming from stress, but it was a deeper love that was causing that stress, a deeper yearning, a deeper ache. And that is magnetic. And so sometimes it would be, I would share that through words. Other times I would come home and I would fall on his lap. I would just fall on his lap and hug him and squeeze him so deeply. And he would just know that I needed him, that I, who was this super badass woman trying to take on the world, trying to kick ass, was actually vulnerable and tender and needed a hero in that moment. And he could feel that and open to that. And he would start massaging my shoulders or singing a song that we both love or repeating a joke that we've both laughed at the night before. And there we were, connecting heart to heart, not outside of the stress,
Mm,
but because of the stress.
yeah.